Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Vince McMahon is back in the office and he's trying to change things.
MJF tweets, then deletes support for Anna Jay after her scary Rampage bump.
We have a major update, a medium update on Cody Rhodes.
And a second-generation wrestler is signing with WWE imminently. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Alright, so yeah, Vince McMahon, he's
GG peeps, man.
He's doing stuff.
Of course, why am I not surprised?
So obviously back in WWE Board of Directors, executive chairman?
Chairman, yeah.
That's his title, all of that stuff. You know the drill, Stephanie's gone, boardroom shake-up, all of that stuff. Now, it was initially said that when Vince came back into the company, all he was there to do was to help with a sale, potentially.
Yeah, guys, he's not going to get involved in the day-to-day stuff or creative.
Yeah, come on, guys, what are you doing? Vince wouldn't do that. And, help with a new TV rights deal, limited scope, not so limited scope. So, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer has today corroborated a report from Ringside News. It was their initial report. And Dave's backed it up now, confirmed it, stating that Vince was back in the office all of last week. It was initially reported that he wouldn't be involved in the day-to-day and would not be in the office. In addition to this, he has been suggesting changes across multiple departments. Kevin Dunn, I think, at that meeting they held before SmackDown last week, said something along the lines of, we haven't enacted them or whatever. And Paul Levesque, Triple H, during that meeting, of course, said that, me and Vince might talk about stuff, but it's ultimately up to me. So you can kind of see the insidious creep. Vince is an insidious creep, but the insidious creep of his influence returning to the company now. Listen, SEC filings, legalities, all of that. Like, I'm not an expert on that sort of stuff, so I'm not going to give you some kind of hot take that might be misguided or whatever with regards to that stuff. But yeah, we told you so.
Yeah. I was going to say, as a follow-up to this, because I think our reactions tell you all you need to know about how we feel about this. Since Vince got his foot back in the door with coming back in, this was always going to happen. It wasn't really getting his foot back in the door, was it? It was like he knocked at your door, you looked through the peephole, he kicked the door in your face, broke your nose, and then he went, actually, since this door is open now, how about a big old stampede of bollocks?
Yeah.
And my sources, you say that he's not doing creative, but I've got little sources on the inside. Do you know who's going to break Roman Reigns' streak and take all the titles off him at WrestleMania? Hornswoggle. So, is that Triple H booking? Or is it?
Is he the Hornswoggle or Goldberg, brother? This is one of the two.
I'd rather it be Hornswoggle. I genuinely would rather it be Hornswoggle to end all this, because at least we might have some patter than that old git coming in and bollocksing up some moves.
You're right. Goldberg should be Uncle Howdy. That's how it should go.
I thought Goldberg was Uncle Howdy.
Whoa. Who's Uncle Howie then? What's Danhausen on
We
about?
blowed this case wide open. Right, Andy, Twitter was fun over the weekend, wasn't it?
No.
Okay. So there was the street fight on Rampage. Ruby Soho bled, and people, for some reason on the internet, got annoyed by that.
Yeah, I've got some words to say.
Okay. And of course, Anna Jay took a very scary-looking bump from a Willow Nightingale powerbomb. Willow she hit the table herself, but missed it with Anna Jay, and basically just powerbombed her to the floor. Everyone was up in arms on it regarding on that on Twitter. And MJF tweeted a response to it, then deleted, but shout out to Reddit user Era the God, who just screenshotted it before it went down. MJF tweeted, "What we do is real. Our lives can end in that ring in an instant. Anna Jay put her body on the line for your entertainment, and you have the balls to criticize her. That's why I don't rush to please the internet fans. I rush to please my wallet."
A smart approach to pro wrestling from MJF there, I think. Yeah, horrible bump. Horrible. Really tough to watch. Obviously, Willow was intending to powerbomb Anna Jay through the table off the stage.
Which is still going to suck.
Yeah, still going to suck, but at least it's something to break the fall. She missed the table. Willow went through it a little bit. Anna just hit the floor. So, yeah, that was rough. A mistake. Somewhat worryingly, there've been no updates on Anna, so I hope she's doing okay. Hope she's all right. We await that news eagerly, and it's quite understandable that people looked at that and went, that's scary, because it was horrible. You hate to see things like that.
But it's MJF's right. This is, they know what they get themselves into.
Sure.
and I hate armchair. Should be doing that.
The worst was the people complaining about the Ruby Soho.
Oh yeah, how about it? Go on, mate.
So I think with stuff like this, right, you don't have to like bloody wrestling. You don't have to like violent wrestling. I think I personally do. But there's lines for everyone, right? My line is like brutal death matches with like carving people, like explicit.
I ain't a light tubes guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fair play. Everyone has their lines. Mine is like the most extreme. I like some deathmatch, but not all of it. It's not always for me. Some people just don't like bloody stuff in general, which is fair play.
Yeah.
You can't really criticize people for having that taste. But when you come online and you say that Ruby Soho is bleeding too much, this is too violent, this is fine, this is out of control, this must be stopped, this cannot be allowed. But you're totally fine with John Moxley doing it.
Yes.
Or name any other wrestler, Bryan Danielson, someone who bleeds fairly regularly. Yeah, I mean, check your double standards. I think that there was so
like
much.
a badass as well.
Shit, I thought this was, for me, right, this match rocked. I loved it. The Anna Jay situation aside, I thought this match was a ton of fun. For me, on par with the awesome match that Ty and Anna had with Bunny and Penelope Ford. Awesome violent fest. Ruby's performance was incredible. I thought the blood enhanced it. You don't have to agree. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can enjoy different things, but don't be a weirdo when the woman decides to bleed in a hardcore match, and then just be totally fine when a man does it. There's a standard there that I think needs to be addressed, and you got to call bollocks like this out.
Yes,
otherwise it
absolutely.
goes unchecked. So yeah, those are my 2 cents.
I think it's absolutely fair enough what you say there, mate. But most importantly, as you alluded to there, get well soon.
Yes.
Anna Jay will bring you any update as and when we get it. Moving on, Andy, to a guy who'd never get juice.
Oh no, never. Yeah, funny when Cody bleeds. No one says anything. What's the difference there? I wonder.
Did he bleed in a match with Jungle Boy once?
The guy, him and Moxley, man, you can't
Oh,
trust
wow,
them.
yeah.
You can't trust them. Good job, Cody's back in WWE in that regard for his blood flows.
Just tit stuff in WWE.
Yeah, just tearing muscles off his body. Right, Cody, update, Fightful Select. Do you want to know who Cody's been training with? Who he handpicked. He handpicked 2 wrestlers to train at the Performance Center to help him get back into ring shape ahead of his comeback. Who you got?
Well, I unfortunately read this story before we came in here, so
Okay.
I know, of course, it is Tony D'Angelo and goddamn Stacks.
Of course, they got 2 dimes back as well. It's weird. Joe Gacy and Carmelo Hayes.
I love both of them,
Yeah.
but Carmelo Hayes should be on the main roster.
Yeah,
Right now.
Carmelo Hayes
Probably
too.
Joe Gacy should be as well.
Joe Gacy's
They've just
awesome.
got a lot of schism stuff going on, so you don't have to immediately just go, oh bollocks, get on the main roster. We've got Mello and Trick, main roster tomorrow, please.
Yeah, 100%. They're a money act. And like, it's really cool to know that Cody handpicked these 2 and went, I want to train with those guys, because Mello's obviously awesome. Gacy's been a wrestler for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Like pre-WWE, he was in CZW, he was all over the indies, he was in Evolve. Very, very seasoned, solid guy. Probably like the exact kind of bloke you want.
Yeah.
Training you for an in-ring comeback. So, Fightful note that Cody has been at the Performance Center in advance of his return. He's been seen there with family members, team members, the gigantic bus that
Dog?
he has. Hopefully, dog. He's keeping him away from the fireworks, unlike you did in AEW,
Sorry,
Cody,
laugh
you
at
silly
that.
sausage. I'm only joking. I'm just having a bit of fun. And it's noted here as well that Cody does factor into WrestleMania plans. Interesting to see what comes of that. Maybe the title, maybe Seth the Chef. We'll find out. They're doing the vignettes.
He's going to win the
They're
He's going to. These vignettes should lead to next week or even this week, because it's been like return, injury. What's next? That's going to be on tonight's Raw, I believe.
Yeah.
We are less than 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble now. Just announce him in it. You don't need to be like, oh, is he going to be in? Yes, just say he's going to be in it.
Yeah.
And have him win from 27, because that 27 spot is not as important as it used to be.
They haven't cooked it up recently,
No.
have they? When was the last one? In fact, I'm useless with stuff like that. I'm not going to be able to know, but yeah.
But I think, I love the fact that he's working with Carmelo Hayes and Joe Gacy. Yeah, Joe Gacy, for all the bollocks, how you feel about the cult stuff and with The Rock's daughter and what have you, in ring, I think he's fantastic, and his finisher is one of my favourites right now. So, yeah, excited to see how these guys benefit from working with someone like Cody, and very excited to see Cody back in the ring and his tit. Finally, second generation star is signing with WWE. Colby Carino. Yeah, that surname should probably ring a bell. Fightful Select reporting that he is indeed heading to WWE. They had been previously unable to legally reach out to the 26-year-old because he was with the NWA. That contract expired at the end of this year. He heading to WWE. No exact start date for Colby, but of course, you've got his father, Steve Corino, former ECW World Champion, NWA World Heavyweight Champion. His aunt is Allison Danger, who had a short stint working as an NXT coach. His uncle is Aries, who at one point tagged with Claudio Castagnoli. And my favourite bit of this is that he technically made his in-ring debut at the age of 5.
Yeah, he's been in the business for a long time, brother. Yeah, Colby Corino, I've been watching him for years and years and years and years. It seems like he's been on the indie circuit for like a decade at this point, and he's only like 26.
Jeez.
Obviously got started really young, not quite 5 technically.
Yeah,
but you know.
He tagged with his dad look it up.
Very promising guy. It makes sense for him to go to WWE, absolutely. He fits the kind of profile, younger person they can kind of sculpt. Obviously his dad's there, which is cool and good for them and all of that stuff. Looking forward to seeing what he does.
Yeah, my concerns previously would be that they'd make an awful stable called Second Gen with a load of wrestlers whose dads used to wrestle, but thankfully Vince is not getting involved in creative, so that's not going to happen, Andy. Anyway, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Of course, if you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Jam Walker, who says, "Do you think Australia will ever get the Super Showdown back? Right. The 5 whole minutes there, where it felt like we had our very own big event, was sure nice. Throw another shrimp on the barbie."
God, did he say throw another shrimp on the barbie?
It was implied, I think.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, Jam Walker.
Yeah, come on. I don't see why not. I mean, that was in like a 60,000 seater stadium, wasn't it, in Melbourne? I think.
Melbourne.
Of course. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't go back there. You'd imagine that the past couple of years have been very tricky with certain restrictions and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they sold pretty much all those tickets, if I recall. It would make money. The last one had some really fun stuff with like Buddy Murphy winning the title and stuff. Like it's nice when you do right by people in their home territory. I'm a fan of people not just jobbing out when they're in their home country or whatever, or their hometown in some cases. I don't see why not. I think they'll go back. I think they have a proven track record, obviously, of selling tickets for that major event. I think it would do well. Also, British standpoint, pretty cool to wake up at 10 a.m. on a Saturday and a show starting. That's sick.
All the American fans. Wrestle Kingdom's on at a bad time. Try it for an entire fucking year.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, like you say, they've got a lot of high-profile Aussies and people from Muzzle.
Emma winning the belt.
Who could do stuff. I'd love to see it. And we would go, me and Andy, to report on it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to manifest from now on.
Well, we do have a travel budget now. Not sure if it would...
imagine that. Me and Andy have gone to Australia. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. See you in a month.
Are you going to the show? No, we're going to the Neighbours set.
We're going on tour. We're going to hang out with Carl Kennedy for 4 weeks.
Because that's when Neighbours become good friends.
Cody, where you at? Is he still on the go?
Well, they cancelled it, didn't they? They finished it all up. They were like, right, it's all finishing. Here's Kylie, here's Jason Donovan, blah, blah, blah. And then about 2 weeks later, they went, we're going to relaunch it on a streaming service. So I was like, well, what was the point of the big finale? Anyway, but I think Toadie's still knocking about. I love Toadfish, yeah. James, a.k.a. Chunk, gives us our second question of the day. What Culture Towers are holding a What Culture Rumble? Who's entrant number 1? Who's entrant number 30? And who's winning?
Phil Chambers is entrant number 1.
Good Iron Man.
He goes the distance.
He could actually hold it together.
Yeah,
he's
done a bit of wrestling here and there. Entering at number 2, who's entering at number 2? Nicholas.
I like that because it's like
Battle
Owens and Zayn.
Yeah. Kicking piss out of each other. They fight all the time. It's wild. You see them on the pool table and it's violent.
Opposite sides of the office.
It's
so
violent.
We can all rush in like WWE officials if they're going to get into a fight.
Default winner is probably Simon Miller.
Unless we do the whole everyone jump on the Big Show and chuck him out, basically. Yeah. Then I'd still have money on Phil winning because he's a wily little bastard.
Scott Tilford's winning.
Ooh, I'm just thinking wrestling team here.
Yeah, he's got some chaos about him, man.
Morgan, he'd get most eliminations if it's not Miller.
I think so. I'd get the Bushwhacker Luke.
Entrant number 30 because he doesn't work in the same office as us. For now. Well, probably for the future, Jules. Ooh. What the hell's he doing back here?
Oh my God, he's back on the wrestling channel.
Yeah, Gareth's my pick.
Yeah.
Although, because I've never actually physically met him, but hopefully this is going to change going forward. I've heard Andrew Pollard can handle himself.
Yeah, he's a giant, man. He's an absolute Goliath. You don't know about this guy. He's like a lovely bloke, but he's a big boy. He's gonna mess you up.
Shout out to the weekend news team.
Probably. I was 2000 Royal Rumble. The Michaels are in the ring. Yeah. Like too cool.
Oh yeah.
Rikishi comes in here, throws them both out. Who's taking the Taka bump? Hopefully no one, but.
We need to make this happen now.
How do you like a taste of the good life? Yes.
I definitely get Taka Michinoku with that.
And they'd repeat it over
Yep. That'd be part of our news entrance video. Here he is. Adam's getting his head taken off and smashing his face in.
Heard the name of Taka's new stable in New Japan.
Go on.
It's called Just 4 Guys.
I love him so much, man. Eddie Zamhari, regular contributor. Cheers, Eddie. Gives our final question of the day. Hey, boys, since WrestleMania goes Hollyweird. He wrote Hollywood, but I just said that for some reason. Pick 3 wrestlers to adopt a character from a movie to be part of their new wrestling gimmick.
Oh my gosh!
So I think we work together on this. We should alternate like a wrestler and then a gimmick. So I've got Ryan Gosling's character from Drive in my head, as I often do. So which wrestler do you think we should give that for WrestleMania?
I mean, the crap answer, right? If you want to make a tit of that great character, would be Dexter Loomis.
Oh.
Because he doesn't say anything / much.
My favourite thing is people trying to pull off that. Like, I reckon I can pull off that scorpion jacket. No one can, except for Ryan Gosling.
It has to be someone hot. Ricky Starks. It has to be.
My God, that's actually good.
Because he's just, like, it has to be so, like, you have to be able to pull the jacket off. Never mind the role. I've got one.
Go on.
The Dude, Big Lebowski.
Right.
Perfect for late career Orange Cassidy.
Yes,
like grizzled
that actually works.
Veteran Orange Cassidy in the dressing gown with the flip flops. Awesome.
Oh, now we need
drinking a White Russian. Love it. Love a White Russian. They dehydrate you to hell, but they're nice.
I've become a baby Guinness guy.
Oh boy.
Lethal.
Yes.
Let's have another character.
Tigger.
And we're going to give that to, actually...
He's bouncing on his tail.
Batista. The most adaptable wrestler turned actor there is. Again, I didn't anticipate this coming in today.
Yeah.
Talking about these things.
Hold on, we've got the driver from Drive. We've got the Dude and Tigger.
They're going to be a tag. They're going to be a trio stable.
Well,
it's good to be back.
Batista was really good in Glass Onion.
Yeah, he looks good in that new M. Night. I can never say his surname.
Yes, Shyamalan.
It's called like Knock at the Door. Who's that knocking at the door?
It's like one of
the man is ringing the bell. That's what the film's called, I think.
Yep, there you go. I don't know what I mean.
Do I want to see an M. Night? What's his name? Film?
Like the thing with Batista,
was that one where they went to the beach and just got old?
I have not seen that. I don't think I've ever seen one apart from the Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense? Yeah, I've seen that, and I was like, okay, that's enough.
No, the only other one I'd like to see is the one where, spoiler, I'm fairly certain the trees are killing people.
Oh, what's that called?
It's called it's the one with Mark Wahlberg, The Happening, is it? And he's like, oh my God, someone's getting run over by their own lawnmower.
Is that the one where the trailer was like, something's happening?
He's like, and then the leaves are just going,
Imagine getting killed by a tree. Oh boy.
Right, anyway.
Remember those big tree boys in Lord of the Rings? They come in, they mess everyone
Oh my
up.
God, by the way, do you see the greatest film franchise of all time is on every Saturday going forward? Mission Impossible. Oh my God, Lord of the Rings. Absolutely. So. Who's editing today? Sorry, Nicholas.
Yeah.
He was so good on WrestleCulture last week. He didn't swear or anything. I do apologise.
Well, he's swearing this week, brother.
Yeah, WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from. And finally, is Andre the Giant doing karaoke the night before WrestleMania 6?
Of course. Sure.
What's he singing?
My Crazy Frog.
In fact, he was actually singing Green, green grass, blue, blue sky, brother boy on
the dog version of Day Tripper by the Beatles.
Is George Ezra the modern day John Lennon?
No, George Ezra's talented.
Well, the comment section is going to be an absolute bloodbath today. Let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed.
George Ezra sucks, I'm joking.
George Ezra absolutely rules. I'll not hear anything else.
But John Lennon sucks too, so... Hey, the Beatles stink, man. I'm fed up with people pretending they're good. Oh, they influenced so many people. I don't care.
What's your favourite version of the Beatles?
A farm animal version. Animal Noises, is it called on Spotify?
Know. You've got it on loop.
Goodness gracious.
Let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe to What Culture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts. We're on for daily wrestling podcast review and SmackDown, Rampage, that one we were talking about earlier, and previewing Monday Night Raw. Thoughts, Twitter questions, all the good stuff on there at What Culture WWE on Twitter, where you can follow both of us. You can follow Andy Murray
at Andy H Murray. The H stands for Hamden. Sadly, Anthony Stewart, you ruined the weekend.
Yeah, it's rubbish that. Follow me.
Why'd you do it?
Follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn. Marcus Rashford was not offside. Follow us all at What Culture WWE. Just stirring the pot there. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, Adam Nicholas, our editor, and we'll see you soon.
Graham Shinney should be captain.